Kia ora from Aotearoa. It's Poppy speaking here with the current true time Mayan energy report. And I'm looking here at NIGHTWAVE 126, which is an 8 Serpent. It actually began 6 days ago, but I've been super busy in this very intense time making incredible change in my own life, and I'm very happy about that. But this is all about integrity or wholeness of our sexuality and physical vitality, no matter what our age or stage of life. It's within the Trecena of knife or flint, and this is a grand opportunity to cut away belief systems that no longer serve ourselves, creation, or our beautiful Mother Earth. Physical vitality, including healthy sexuality, is a result of living in the divine flow with nature, lovers of earth and sky. This vitality comes from direct connection with our masculine and feminine life sources, sky and earth. Serpent energy relates to the serpent movement of time waves emanating from the cosmic axis and connecting with Mother Earth and us, her children. From the seeding of these time waves, as they meet with the earth and all her matter and form, including humanity, creation is manifest. The quality of creation relates directly to the state of human consciousness. There are fields of consciousness causing a bifurcation of ways of being. The serpent has been a symbol of rejection and division due to many religious ideas. Life is reflected to us many ways that show layers of reflective patterning, such as above, so below. Whatever is done at the densest of dimensions vastly affects every dimension. That is why our earthly human matters so much. Mother matters and materializes matter. Religions have directed human minds away from her to occult beliefs and patriarchal gods who hold power. This power has taken human attention away from nature and creation and hijacked minds to fear invisible forces that have been given power over nature and the natural, just being and doing natural human life. Sexual and physical integrity have been lost to such ideas. Governments have enforced these thought constructs through manipulating time by creating timelines that people are instructed to live by in order to survive. All timelines, linear time, are artificial constructs that are void of divine connection, and so great sexual imbalance and suffering has resulted to fuel a few and exploit many. We become wise as serpents to reclaim the integrity of our being. Every human being is a sexual being. If we are whole and balanced, we naturally protect our young and allow them to grow in the purity of nature where they experience vitality and wholeness. If we are integrated and balanced, we will not exploit another, take from them, or manipulate them sexually. We are already fulfilled and have no need for sexual gratification through the use of another. If we are seeking sexual gratification through others, even through pornography or imaginations with others, we are unbalanced, disconnected, and causing more sexual harm. The joy and bliss of true sexual connection is a result of two people who live their lives in divine alignment with true time. We bring heaven to earth through integrating the divine time wave energies that naturally come from Father Sky, who's kind of like the God, if we want to use that word. I have an aversion to it, as you can see, who is also known as Father Time in native knowledge, e.g. in some Native American Indian original cultures. Mexico is a country where time has been observed by the Maya. The original codex that their flag was based on never had an eagle conquering a snake. It did have an eagle landing on a cactus, but it was not conquering a snake. The eagle representing the patriarchy has sought to kill the truth of the serpent of time and demonize the Mayan culture. Remember, all cultures have gone through all eons of time and evolved. Mexico is where the temple of Kukulkan is, which is the Lord of Time, also known as Quetzalcoatl. Mayan prophecy speaks of the return of Quetzalcoatl, which to me means the evolution of humanity returning to the true nature of divine time. And I observed this return when I was actually with Sean Cornfield, whose graph I'm going to show in here as well. Thank you for that, Sean, and who mentored me into the true Mayan calendar. When I was in South Africa with him, we both were aware of the presence of Quetzalcoatl, who also came with me to Japan and took part in some of the grid work that me and my daughter did around the lakes around Mount Fuji. So this is a beautiful, beautiful presence that has come back. There is also the Amazonian prophecy of the eagle and the condor. The eagle symbolizes the masculine and the way of the mind, and the condor symbolizes the feminine and the way of the heart. When they unite, they create a harmonious balance of mind, truth, and heart, love, which creates unity. The truth sets us free, and the heart takes us to the truth. It's like the time frequencies from the heart of Father Sky are true and divine. Time is. Through the love and nurturance of the feminine earth, creation is manifest, and also to some she is known as the goddess. Again, I have aversions to the words God and goddess. Just remember, I was used in satanic ritual, and I have had past life of being called a goddess and having children sacrificed. So it's a very mixed bag, these words God and goddess, and I'm not happy with the vibration. But that's me, and I'm just speaking truth with love, and people can take it or leave it. If they get offended, I know the truth can cut, but each to their own. I accept you in your belief and where you're at, and it's up to you whether you accept me or not. The quality of the manifestation matches the quality of the balance of the love and truth. So we balance them within ourselves, and we manifest the new earth together as we embody love and truth. Our natural and organic DNA is encoded with the truth. It is akin to the true spiraling movement of time. There's nothing linear about it. Jump off timelines and merge with divine time, the one true time. The codes are within you and constantly being pulsed from the cosmic axis. It's absolutely divine, and there's nothing religious about it. A relatively recent infiltration of the Mayan calendar came through a charismatic leader, Jose Aguilares. He created a time system based on the Mayan Zolkin. He changed dates and tried to fit it into a solar year around the moon. People celebrating the day out of time on the 25th of July have been tricked into another time system that is linear and religiously based. I was initially fooled by it too, and I questioned it and was reconnected to the true Mayan calendar as a result. The true time Mayan original calendar has 18 20-day months and a 5-day period called the Waeb. Some people believe, myself included, that before the introduction of the false moon satellite, which has up to recently transmitted information from Saturn's rings, keeping them in the matrix bindings, there was geometrically perfect 360-day solar years before the Earth's axis tilted and caused a wobble. The Gregorian calendar is a Satanist's calendar, as Saturn is the god of the Bible taken from the Sumerian tablets. This god was one god, but a vengeful, punitive, controlling god, the one that Catholicism and Christianity is based upon. I'm not dismissing that there was a Christ. I've even had a Christ figure come and give me very good wise advice in my meditations. So I'm not saying there isn't a figure called Christ, but the one that I do know never wanted to be worshipped or worshipped the way that he is now, where people do all of that and don't actually do as he lived his life as a master to do. So that's where it's become a religious binding. Jose Aguilares consulted the Vatican about his calendar idea and tried to get it installed through the United Nations, and went against the Mayan elders, who were absolutely shocked, devastated and horrified that the calendar that they had kept for thousands of years was changed and started to be recognized as the Mayan calendar. Just think of the bloodshed, the Spanish Inquisition, the deaths, the raping, the pillaging, all of their artifacts and pyramids destroyed to try to conceal the truth of time. And then recently the dream spell gets put in place and reconnects it back into the Vatican and Christian systems. Astrological bodies affect consciousness, and the era of slavery and inequality has been a part of our evolution. Our consciousness created something artificial, like the moon, and humanity has lived in artificial mind matrices since the sixth wave. I will share a graph below. The era of illusion coincided with humans using the written word, the writ-in word. Spellcasting and making time linear and an illusion through religious-based calendar systems, and a special cosmic hug heart to a sister I assume may have been exposed to satanic abuse herself, Sinead O'Connor, who started to expose the satanic nature that Christianity had built upon. Respect, Sinead O'Connor. I love you too. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. In doing your part to end the plight of sexual depravity fostered particularly through Catholicism. I once was a pastor's wife, and sexual abuse was happening in that church. I spoke up and got crushed by it. I was the pastor's wife who took my children and myself out of the church. The church protected the paedophiles, attracted them there, and looked after them and not the children. But my husband was a very sexually depraved man, constantly delivering sermons on morality to appease his own guilt. On a lighter note, today, in true time, it is 13 dog, and it completes the knife Trecena. Truth can cut like a knife and cause the death of what is unlike itself. So this Trecena will have been intense. The monkey Trecena begins tomorrow, and we will have lightened up our frequencies to enjoy some lightness and playfulness. This happens as we master the art of divine time weaving and experience each moment with innocence heart. And this is an intuitive perspective of the ninth wave time frequencies of the unity consciousness of the sacred Mayan calendar from the cosmic balance. And of course, there's a little bit of research, but I always have to check everything out within meditation to make sure that it is actually true. I'm not saying I get everything 100% right, but I do feel that there's some very strong truth in here. These are from the natural and organic time cycles, and this is the 126th ninth wave time wave of 36 solar days since the unity consciousness waves began in the Gregorian year, which is from the Vatican calendar of 2011. And these messages are for those who resonate and align, who are finding their way, and who care about life and the cosmos and Lakesh. I am another you. So much love.